Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. We in the NBA right now. Let's go. Top 5 greatest teams ever in the NBA.
Start that.
Let me start it off.
And let's hope we don't get to fighting and acting crazy in this joint.
I'm gonna just go my number 5, and they're at number 5 because they wasn't together long enough. And I'm gonna go Miami Heat, LeBron and Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
My number 4, I'm gonna go with the Larry Bird Celtics, Bird, Parrish, McHale.
Okay.
Number 3, I'm gonna go with the Bulls.
Okay.
Scotty and Mike. 2, I'm gonna go with the Warriors with the one with KD on it.
Okay.
And number 1, I'm gonna go to the Magic Lakers.
Okay.
Okay, so let me ask you one thing, Vito. What did you base it off of?
I based it on talent on the team, like player for player, Hall of Famers, greatness, runs, dynasty, all that shit.
Okay. John, you go ahead and get your list. I'm going to get my mouthpiece and my headgear together because I see I'm about to have to spar. You know what I mean? You go ahead, John.
So, at number 5, I got the Sixers.
Which one?
Which Sixers?
At first, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I had the 85 because that was towards favoritism. But after looking at the roster, the 82-83
The chip
Sixers,
team. Okay.
they had a better roster. They did.
Okay.
But hold on. Who was?
84-85. That's because they had Barkley.
But I was gonna go with the Barkley and
Yeah, that's
and
who he
Sixers.
was going to go
Doc
with.
was older, so that's
Doc
why I didn't go with
was
him.
older.
No, he went with Dr. J. Moses Malone Sixers.
Yeah,
Mo Cheeks,
it's
Andrew Toney.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's
my
a
number
good
4 is the 02-03 San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
I forgot about them.
Okay.
My number 3 is the 2017-18 Golden State Warriors. With
Okay.
KD,
Shout out that.
My number 2, because I had to keep it consistent, it's going to be the 1986 Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
86-87 year. My number 1 would be the 95-96 Chicago Bulls.
Okay, shout out to
Yeah.
that. And you based it off of what you said?
I looked at the teams that won the championship, and I had to look at what teams I felt as though had the best roster, what they did to get to the chip, like how many losses did they take on the road to the finals,
Right.
and also their season record as well.
Can I say this
how they
though?
did.
But this is why. But this is a credit to Mike Jordan, but also a discredit to the team. Reason why they haven't won is because their roster player for player wasn't great.
Right.
But that's the credit to Mike because they won all them chips and he had
But
fucking.
but
this is what I was trying to tell you when we did our duos list.
Mhm.
To me, Mike put him and Pip in there, but they aren't the strongest duos. You know what I mean?
Listen,
That's
ain't
why
mad
I
at
was
that. I
saying
ain't mad
that.
at that. But like I was saying, that Bulls team, the first Bulls team, not the second 3 with Rodman, but the first 3, they had fucking average players at best.
Right.
Matter of fact, below average players, I would say.
Right. All right. Let me do my 5. I did 85-86 Celtics. That's my number 5 team.
Okay.
I got my mouthpiece in. 2016-2017 Warriors. That would be my number 4 team.
Okay.
My number 3 team, shout out John, would be that 82-83 Sixers team with Dr. J, Moses, Tony, Cheeks, Pause. My number 2, Jordan and the Bulls, 95-96. They won all them games, won the chip. And by the way, I base my list off of I don't think y'all can beat these teams. To me, the most unbeatable team would be the 84-85 Lakers.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson, Kareem was still putting up numbers. Worthy,
Yep.
Byron Scott,
Cooper.
Michael Cooper.
I'm still going with the
I
Bulls,
got
but
them.
I
That's why I got
think I'm still going with
That's
the
why I got the
Bulls.
Lakers.
But I think if any team could beat the Bulls, I think it would be the
that's
Showtime
without
Lakers.
Vito. I wanted to ask y'all this. Me and John already talked about it. I want everybody else to comment. We always talk about if Jordan then retire and he beat Olajuwon, or could Jordan and the Bulls beat the Warriors team in 2016? Can Jordan, any of them Bulls teams, can they beat those Celtics teams, those Lakers teams, those Pistons teams when they was in a prime? Do you think so?
I think the 95, 96 on Bulls, yes, I do.
I don't know. I know a young Michael Jordan couldn't fuck with Larry and them.
But
Right.
like I said,
But what I'm saying is Mike in his prime, let's just say 95, 90, 94, 95, 95, 96 team. The team
Everybody
that
in
won
their
the
prime,
72 games. Everybody in a prime. If they playing one of them Showtime teams.
no.
Watch Kevin McHale.
Right.
Kevin McHale got moved.
Okay, let me ask y'all this, right? Let me flip it because we talked about if Jordan played today. We talked about if Shaq played today, what they would average, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at the top guys in the league, let's take a Giannis. He can get to the basket. He can't really shoot. Even a Ben Simmons, same way. How would Magic Johnson fare in today's NBA? Because to me, like I said, I don't think none of these teams could beat this 84-85 Lakers team, me personally. And that's Kareem, older, only averaging 22 points. But me personally, I think
Yeah,
if
I
Giannis and all them
I
can do
agree.
this, I think Magic Johnson would dominate today.
Magic
in
would
today's
dominate. No, James Worthy got one of the meanest mid-range games
Right.
I ever seen in my life, and Kareem is unstoppable. So you might be right; they might be the best team of all times.
Game. Right.
I can't because I
Them
know.
Bulls ain't got nothing for them Bulls in their prime.
No,
Who,
and they prime.
who going to stick who?
Wait, let's not put Magic that high. No, Magic is that bull. Points wise, no. He could put up numbers. Like on that game when he beat the Sixers,
But
and
he
he
averaged
played
like
some,
20-something.
Yes, yeah, but I could see that being like.
Well, who
I could
guards
just-
Magic on the Chicago team?
That's a good question.
Then who guards Kareem?
Nobody.
See, that's the thing.
Nobody.
Kareem, you would have
Who
to.
guards
you would have
James
to.
Worthy?
All right, now James Worthy, you can put Pippen on. All right, that's automatic.
Okay.
But,
So,
so
but
who
as
you
far as
putting-
law, of course, nobody can stick Kareem on the Bulls. So
On
of course
any
you would have
team.
to. You would have. All right, almost
Yeah.
on any team. So you would have to put like a Luke Longley and Dennis Rodman to double up on that.
And then that's gonna leave the
Who?
shooters open. You got
What
Michael
shooter at
Cooper,
You got
Michael
Michael
Byron
Byron
Scott,
Scott.
Okay.
and they're all
Wait, let's not
defenders.
pretend that whatchamacallit, they didn't have no shooters either.
No, they had.
All right, so they had
maybe
some
one
shit.
shooter.
And
That's
they ain't had
Paxson
a-
in the first three. The second
Nah,
three, they had
bro.
Steve
And they
Nash.
also didn't have a basketball guy. I'm sorry. I think Jordan would have shut that shit
No,
down.
well,
And
shut
maybe
what?
he
Jordan
maybe
can't stick
maybe
everybody.
Jordan
he would have been
can't
the
guard
star.
every-
He would have been the ball to stick.
When you
Magic.
look,
He would have been the
look.
ball to stick.
I'm
Magic.
glad you said that though, right? When you look at
Nobody
the
can
Lakers,
stick Kareem.
Michael
That's
Cooper was one of their best defenders. You
Pippen
got
on
Byron
one.
Scott. You got James Worth. You got multiple people you could throw
All right,
on
let me-
Jordan.
all right,
Who you
on Jordan,
throw on
but
Magic?
who you gonna throw? All right, but you have to
They're-
slow.
look,
you have to
Magic
slow,
6'9", James Worthy 6'9". They both 6'9".
I mean,
so who does Scotty
Hey,
guard?
hold on, just let me put
Scotty.
this.
Wait. Why y'all keep going back and forth? Scotty is guarding Worthy.
Okay.
Worthy. Now, whoever's at power forward, he's going to have to keep getting switched off from Rodman on double team and Kareem. That's going to be the end. Now, with Jordan having a stick, Magic, yes, that is messing up.
That's a mismatch.
It is a mismatch, but let's not forget Jordan's defense.
Yeah, Jordan.
No,
tough.
I'm not
all right.
gonna say
So
he
all I'm
ain't
saying
tough.
is a good game, and I'm not saying that the Lakers or the Bulls can't beat each other, but all I'm saying at the end of the day, I have to stick to the script. Only team that I think that can beat the Bulls is the Showtime. Now, will I say that they will beat them? I don't think so, but can they?
But just
Maybe,
look at
possibly.
it like this. You
But
got
you're
Mike-
giving
hold
the
on,
Bulls
let
the
me give you
win.
this.
Hold on, let me
Give the
just.
Bulls a win.
You giving the Bulls the win just on the strength of Mike?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Okay.
Okay.
So listen,
What you saying,
You got
Vito?
Mike on Magic. You got Scotty on Worthy. Kareem is one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yo,
Hold on,
you
hold
can
on.
say
Let me
that
finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Hold
Let me
on.
finish.
Let him finish.
Kareem, one of the greatest to ever do it. You have nobody to stick him for
Right.
one. And you mind
Name
this-
another
hold
team
on.
that would have somebody to stick
Hold on.
Kareem.
There is nobody.
All right,
Nobody.
then, so
Hold on.
why you
That's
bringing
why-
up? This is
because
he
a
played
relevant
for the
topic.
Lakers.
This
That's
is a
why-
relevant topic.
no,
So that
no,
is-
no, no.
That's the
How is
only.
it irrelevant? He played
But
for
No, no,
the
no.
Kareem is
That
the
is only
reason
per-
why we're
he puts
saying
him over the
this is
top.
the most
Exactly. So what did I
unbeatable
say that
team.
what we have to do with him?
Nothing.
No. All right.
Nothing you can do with
Luke Longley,
Then
he would
you
get
gotta-
wait, time out. Luke Longley would get trashed, yes, but he will have to get doubled up. What is Kareem gonna do? Get in the post.
But
Yes,
what about
the double.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
about
man.
Byron Scott and all of them that's giving
Wide
you
open.
quiet
Yo,
16s and
Wide open. And hold on, and not to mention, let's put this disclaimer in there. Kareem is the all-time
Let's
leading.
just say,
Hold on,
all
let me
right, y'all
finish.
got it.
All
I mean,
time-
y'all say what y'all.
You just said I got it, but you going
Good.
all-time leading scorer and only took 1 3-pointer in his whole career.
right.
Just let that sink in and
But
how he
so
was
Jordan
Jordan
barely
took a lot of trades.
No, bro.
Jordan
stop
got
that,
games
stop
where
that,
he made
stop.
8 trades. So
Yeah,
he
because
took-
somebody said it in the media and challenged him. You can
Okay.
look it up.
So my
Yeah.
point is, he
Yeah.
took
No,
more.
he did not take
He
threes.
took
Not-
more
not
in.
like
Excuse
that.
me. He took
Kareem
more
took
in one
one.
game than Kareem took in his whole career.
Yeah,
Right.
and he took another one when he played
And
Dr.
he
J
still scored
101.
more points than Jordan.
What's your thoughts,
sorry.
people?
More championships than Jordan.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
He
MVPs
does,
than
and it
Jordan.
was a different time and a different era.
Keep
Come
it
on,
a
man.
C
It
note
is.
with us,
Jordan can't
people.
stick
I'm keeping
Let
it
me
a
break.
C note.
Let me
I'm
break
keeping it a
them
C
up.
note.
Let me break.
I said
Let
the
me
Lakers
ask.
is
Let
the
me
only
ask the
team.
people. Keep it a C note with us, people.
Lakers.
Top 5 greatest teams ever in the NBA. Who you got? Let us know. Since we talking MJ, shout out Katino Mobley, straight out of Philly. Katino Mobley and it what?
Knuckleheads podcast.
Who?
Knuckleheads podcast.
Yeah, well, it was Q Rich and them,
But
right?
What I don't go ahead finish.
They said that Kobe was more skilled than
Yeah.
Jordan. I want to get y'all take on that real quick. How y'all feel about that?
Hold
Keep
on.
it a C
Now,
note.
Before I get to that, I just want to say Quentin Richardson criteria of why Mike was the best because he didn't lose in the championship. That doesn't make him the best,
Right.
Because he didn't lose.
I agree.
Because just because you didn't lose, because you had other dudes that played on that team that didn't lose, that didn't make him better than anybody else.
I agree.
Who said that?
Q Rich.
Quentin Richardson said
Q
because
Rich.
he didn't lose any chips.
Yeah, he said
Like, I
that's
don't feel
why
like
they
Tom-
not
Oh,
won
with
that.
Katino.
Yeah.
But
I don't feel
But
like
he
Tom
was-
Brady's the best.
he's right. I felt him though.
But that
Katino
don't make
Mobley was
Jordan
wrong for saying
the
that
best.
Kobe was better.
No, he's not.
Yes,
he
he
said
is.
that's
He's
my favorite.
All right,
So,
that's
no,
his
no, no,
favorite.
no,
See,
no.
there's a
Forget
difference
the
between
favorites.
favorites. Who's
That's
the
his
best?
He said that's his best. Yeah,
but
in
he
his
said
opinion.
that
Now, that's
Kobe.
his
They
favorite.
both said Kobe was more skilled
That's
than Mike.
probably why he-
Now, I don't agree with
Let
that.
me ask y'all: do y'all agree with that?
I do
though?
not
I do.
agree.
Why
I-
you agree with that,
Kobe was
Vito?
a better 3-point shooter, better
Okay.
ball handler,
Okay.
more willing. Well, they kind of both didn't really pass. So, but as far as skill, and they're kind of equally as far as defense.
No.
But I feel
Okay.
like Kobe. Like, have you ever seen the play when Kobe had the fucked up hand
Yeah.
and he done a turnaround spin 3-point with the left hand?
Right.
Kobe, I think personally, Kobe was more skilled than Mike.
Okay.
Mike just
Okay.
was tough.
What you got, John?
No, I definitely give Jordan more skill, better.
Why? No,
way
don't
better.
just say it. Why?
He took way better shots, a lot better percentage. He didn't have to. He
Percentage don't mean
wait.
shit.
Time out. Because percentage does mean
No,
something.
it
When
don't
you're
mean
putting up as
shit.
many numbers as he did,
Percentage
scoring titles
don't
year
mean
after
shit.
year after year after year after year,
'Cause the
and you
nigga-
in the 30s, you're not shooting no threes.
The
I'm
nigga who
sorry.
lead the league in percentage every year is a big bum ass nigga that don't.
Like,
win
he
gold.
ain't no
Let-
big
let-
bum
let-
as name.
let-
He's 6'6".
Let
He
me,
never led the league in
let me say
percentage.
this though, right?
No, he didn't.
Yo,
Let me-
out of 10 of his first 11 years, he had the scoring title.
He never led the league in percentage. So
No,
percentage
no,
don't
no,
Hey,
mean
he
shit.
never-
I never
But-
said that.
but
That's all I'm talking about percentage over Kobe.
let me-
Kobe
let-
goes down in history as missing the most amount of shots.
Listen,
Yes, it does.
Percentage to me don't mean shit in the NBA neither, but I
So
agree
5 for
with
18
John.
is 8.
Listen,
All right?
this is
Nah.
why I agree with John, right?
disagree with that.
I said I agree with you.
No, but
with the-
percentage.
This is why I agree with John, right? Because, like I always say, Kobe and Mike both played in the triangle offense. Kobe was more one-on-one in the triangle offense than Mike was. But if you go back, they got 1 year where they both averaged 27 shot attempts a game. And Kobe averaged 35, Mike averaged 37. And that's with Kobe taking 6 threes a game and making about 2 or 3 of them. I think it was like 2 of them, but it'll be on the screen. But Mike still averaged more. And this Mike that averaged the 27 shots, this is before Phil Jackson when he came over and say, trust your teammates. After that 1 year. But if you go back and look, 63, Michael Jordan, and put up 63 on ball. That's the exact same player that Kobe was.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me at any. I know Kobe did left hand, but I will say this.
What year
Cut.
was that with Kobe? Did Kobe play with Shaq that year?
On the 27 shots, I don't think so. But it'll be on the screen. But of my recollection, I think this is when it was just Kobe team. He shot 27 shots. But my thing is this. That's why I always compare eras. And I say, whether y'all look at it or not, the rule changes. If Michael Jordan averaged 37 and he wasn't hitting a three-pointer a game, he was taking 27 shots. And I think that was also his most free throw attempts that year. It might have been like 10, but it'll be on the screen. That's why I say.
You're about to make my point for me. Go ahead.
That's why I say, to me, Michael Jordan is totally better because the rules was different then, and threes wasn't as important then. So Kobe worked on his three more. You see what I'm saying? Because the game was evolving. The three-pointer, we don't really know if Michael Jordan, how efficient he was from three-point range. Because he didn't shoot him.
We can only go off of what we've seen.
Yeah, but if we going off what we seen, he didn't shoot him. I don't even think it was ever a year. But John, you could look it up real quick. I don't even think it was a year where he averaged 5 3-pointers
a
game.
Didn't shoot him because that wasn't his game. But what I'm saying is,
but it wasn't nobody game because even when you go back to Reggie Miller and them, they wasn't getting 15, 16
threes. This is what
threes.
I'm saying. You're saying Mike shot closer to the basket. It's a higher percentage shot because it's closer.
Right.
Kobe shot more 3-pointers.
Right. And averaged less. And he averaged more. He made more 3-pointers than Mike, and he averaged less. Mm-hmm. Same shot attempt.
You're not getting fouled as often.
Kobe.
You're not getting fouled as
I'm
often.
glad you said that. Hold on.
Shots, or you are
time out, because he about to look it up, but I think Kobe was with him. If you look up Kobe's stats, bro, I think Kobe was getting more than 10 free throws a game, even averaging at 35.
Even
so
shooting 3 points don't mean who's more skilled than not. We're
right.
talking about the skills on the court. And Kobe was a better ball handler.
But that's what I'm saying. If you go look at Michael Jordan, 63-point Michael Jordan, to the guy that worked to Larry Bird in him, that nigga handled the ball. He shoot it. He go to the rack. He did everything that Kobe did, bro.
And Kobe had 81. So what the fuck is your
Yes,
saying?
But Michael Jordan never had a game where he shot that many shots.
Yeah. What the fuck? Kobe had a game where he scored 60-plus points in 3 quarters.
I can understand it, but how many? All right, so what we're going to do for next week's episode is going to be our say it with your chest moment. We're going to compare the highest scoring games when Kobe had 60 and when Mike had 60. Let's look at how many shot attempts, how many threes they both made, and how many free throws.
But look, listen to this fun fact about total 3 points attempted throughout their career. Just attempted, not made, but Kobe, 5,546. Now, what do you think it is for Jordan? 1,778.
Yeah, the game was totally different. Even when you look at the best 3-point shooters back in the day, they wasn't getting as many shots.
So let me ask you a question. So they did play in 2 different eras. What would Kobe would have played in Jordan's era with the hand check?
We
you think the same?
I can't say the same.
Same result.
Can you say it's same?
Same result.
I don't know.
When did the league change? We seen Kobe before the.
I don't give a fuck when the league changed.
But that's what he just asked though.
I'm answering it. The type of player Kobe is, it don't matter what. See, this is what you niggas get lost up in of the eras of like the 80s, like all the niggas was goons. I don't give a fuck. If you're a baller, you're gonna ball in any era. I don't give a fuck.
So why did it take Michael Jordan came right into the league was the man. It took Kobe some years, and he was getting attempts.
How many
Don't
years did it
say
take Kobe?
Huh?
Because he didn't start right
like
away.
3-4 years.
Yes,
it did.
But let me ask you a question.
Kobe came in the league 96, bro.
What that mean?
It is a different.
What do you mean?
It is a different era. But do you think like the Trae Young, this Stephen Curry? What's my man from Memphis? Ja Morant.
What about him?
Would they be still going to the hole as frequent back in the day with the eras with like Rick Mahorn?
No.
Bill Laimbeer. No, they would not be going to the hole as much. They be getting their dog run.
First of all, Trey Lance don't really.
Not Trae Young.
Don't really go to the rap.
I was trying to think of Ja Morant. That's what I really meant.
Wouldn't they? Listen, this is what you. I don't know how you guys keep getting lost in the era because it's a handful of guys in that era that were goons, and the rest of them dudes was
it's not about you're looking at it
play.
Totally different. It's not about being goons. It's all about if you got the heart to go to the rack. AI kind of changed it because he came in the same year as Kobe. He was the man from the gun bust.
He's on a bum-ass team.
Not only was he the man, you ain't let me finish. Not only was he took all that shit. Why you think all his commercials was based off get knocked down 9 times, bounce back up? Because they were fucking AI up.
Exactly.
And he was
so
one.
Would AI survive in that Jordan era?
He did, but
okay,
everybody
so what the fuck is
did.
between him and Kobe?
Kobe didn't put those numbers up, good brother.
He didn't play as much as AI because AI had his own team from the gate.
He did. Look it
AI
up.
had his own team from the gate. I'm looking at it. Kobe played 15 minutes his first year.
Now,
what about his second year?
That's actually one.
He played 26 minutes and he averaged 15 points. His third year he averaged 19. He averaged 37 minutes. What the fuck did you talking about?
Okay, so by his third year he was starting.
Who's that?
And
Kobe, right?
and 37 minutes, 19 in his third year. What did Michael Jordan average his first year?
Michael Jordan played with Shaq in his
It
third
doesn't
year.
matter,
It does matter.
bro.
You're not getting as many fucking shots. What are you
How many
talking
shots
about?
did he get?
Hold
How
on.
many shot attempts did he get again?
Jordan rookie year averaged 28.2.
Okay, how many shots did he take that rookie year? He ain't playing with no fucking Shaq. What are y'all talking
Yeah,
about?
28, 22, 37, 35.
That's
How
32,
much? How many
33,
attempts did he
34,
have?
32.
How many attempts did he
Yeah.
average? How many attempts did he average? Real quick, because we gotta go to conspiracy corner.
Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like.